I don't preach a long time. I'm breaking that tradition right now. I'm breaking that tradition right now. You don't need to preach an hour and a half to get this message. This is a message you get 10, 15 minutes, take it home, memorize it, use it, come back from now on, and live the way I'm telling y'all. I'm challenging everybody in here. When you go to church, don't get caught up in the traditions. You know, one thing that I see that really gets to me is this right here. I'm putting my finger up to go to the bathroom. Hold on, y'all. And sometimes some folks be ducking with it. We still see you. I don't know why you ducking and still holding your finger up. You a grown man. You a grown woman. You don't got to stick your finger up to go to the bathroom. My wife is a teacher. Now maybe you got to raise your hand to go to the bathroom in her classroom. I'm sure she has that rule. But you don't have to do certain things like this. Too many of these things are just traditions. And if we keep following these traditions, we will not be able to effectively reach the people outside. Now, I am about the church changing. Now, changing does not mean losing your message. Changing does not mean losing your purpose. But we cannot still be doing the same things that Grandmama did in 1964. Now, some people think, okay, Grandma was alive in 1964. She was closer to Jesus, so we need to still praise the way they were praising. We need to do stuff. They didn't have keyboards. So I guess because we want to stay true to the word, we don't need to use a keyboard when we come to church. That don't make no sense. I guess because they didn't have tambourines back in the 1975s, like we got tambourines, we can't use them anymore. I guess because they didn't have air conditioning in church, we should just stay out here in the mountains. The thing is, there's so many traditions, so many rules, so many things that happened then does not mean that we still should do those things now. So what we have to do is change our mentality and stop being so afraid to change.
That's good.
We need to stop being afraid to let different things come in. Now we have to be watchful of certain things.
All right, good.
Don't confuse me. Everything can't come in.
Right.
But at the same time, we can't be so afraid of change. So I'm challenging you all. Everyone in here, it's time for us to get real. To realize that these traditions, these rules, these things that we see all the time, and things that we've been doing all the time, it's not law. It doesn't have to be that way. Just because your mama did it, don't mean you got to do it. You need to know the reason why your mama used to do it. Because it might be her pan just was too small. Now, I'm going to keep it short because the next one I'm talking about, part 2, I'm going to talk a little bit more, jump on part 2. I'm keeping this short because I don't believe in preaching a long time. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story about my message. I believe every message should be like a miniskirt. Every message should be like a miniskirt. It should be long enough to cover everything, but short enough to keep everybody's attention. I'm just messing around. But y'all get the point. The point is it shouldn't be long, so I can get you motivated, ready to do what you need to do, and then I keep going past what you need to get to, and then you lost it all. So my point is very simple. Do not be ruled by tradition. Amen.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm done with that part of the service. This one will be no long message. I didn't plan for this one to be a long message. There's a reason why this is a long message. Because the traditions that I'm trying to break down, I'm trying to be so different from that tradition so y'all can understand. I've been to churches sometimes. Matter of fact, I've been to church recently where we were in church for the preacher preaching at least an hour. He's preaching an hour. He'd get on the mic and start and say, how y'all doing today? And he's still talking for 15 minutes later. I'm about to get into the word. This is going to be a good word. 15 more minutes later, that this word is going to touch somebody's soul. 15 more minutes. And hold on, brother. Just give me the word, and we can go. Now, I know the house of God is a place that we need to be, but the house of God is not where I want to be all day. So I really believe that the message should not take 45 minutes. I can give a closing argument in court that has 50 pages worth of information. I can do that in 3 minutes. So there's nowhere in the world I should give a message that lasts an hour, because you're not going to remember it all. So I'm giving it short and to the point. But here's another tradition. Some people want to get saved, but they feel that they can do it on their own. Some people, they come to church and they want to get saved, they hear the pastor call, and they think they can do this whole thing on their own. But you can't do it on your own. You can't change your life and stay changed on your own.
Amen.
This isn't going to be a traditional altar call. This is a challenge. We need to hold each other accountable, because we can't do it on our own. Now, when I was young and I was having problems with things I struggled with, I couldn't do it on my own. I had to have people around me, people I surrounded myself with, to help me change from my ways. And what we need to do right now is find someone who can help us, because we can't do it on our own. If you got a problem with cussing and you can't help, you just keep cussing all the time, find somebody that can help hold you accountable. If you drink all the time and you got a problem, you can't do it, and you just keep drinking, getting drunk all the time, find someone that can hold you accountable. You get mad all the time, you get angry all the time, you just want to fuss and fight. You can't do it on your own. Find somebody that can help hold you accountable. You can't do it on your own. So it's time for us at the Church of God Purpose, us, the body of Christ, all of us to get help so we don't have to do these things on our own. These traditions I'm talking about changing, I can't change them on my own. The mindset that we have, we can't change it on our own. We all need to work together to make these changes. There's so many things that we need to change, so many ways we need to improve, but we need to realize that we cannot do it on our own. We need to work together, and then things will change. Amen. Now, I'm not going to do a traditional altar call. Anyone that has that desire, I will be here. And you don't have to focus and address that issue on your own. So you can call me, you can walk up after service and talk to me, because I'm not going to call anybody out. That's too much traditional ways. You can get saved today. You don't have to worry about getting called up to the front. You got to raise your hand up. If you have an issue, you want to get saved, you want to change your life, it can happen today. You don't have to do that on your own. All right? Amen. Now, changing the mode. A part of the service that everybody else can participate in. One of the, y'all come on now, y'all know what this is. Get excited.